About 8,000 demonstrators were in Paris, where 600 people had been searched and arrested. More than 500 of them remained in custody after police found they carried potential weapons such as hammers, baseball bats and metal balls used in the French lawn game, pétanque. On Tuesday, Philippe announced the government was suspending planned increases to fuel taxes for at least 6 months to help diffuse weeks of protests, the first U-turn by Macron since he came to power 18 months ago. About 89,000 police were deployed across France on Saturday, some 8,000 of them in Paris. "We have prepared a robust response," Interior Minister Christophe Castaner told online news site Brut. He called on peaceful protesters not to get mixed up with hooligans. "The troublemakers can only be effective when they disguise themselves as yellow vests. Violence is never a good way to get what you want. Now is the time for discussion," he said. Police officers clash with yellow vest demonstrators. Credit AP. "If you are not aggressive, we will not be aggressive," a masked policeman said as a protester stuck yellow plastic flowers onto policemen. Ghost town. Much of Paris looked like a ghost town on Saturday, with museums and department stores closed on what should have been a festive pre-Christmas shopping day. Tourists were few and residents were advised to stay at home if at all possible. Dozens of streets were closed to traffic, while the Eiffel Tower and world-famous museums such as the Musée d'Orsay, the Centre Pompidou, and the Louvre were shut. Many shops were boarded up to avoid looting, and street furniture and construction site materials have been removed to prevent them from being used as projectiles. "We have come here for a peaceful march, not to smash things. We want equality, we want to live, not survive," said Guillaume Grac, 28, who works in a slaughterhouse in the town of Guingamp in Brittany. Protesters, using social media, have billed the weekend as Act 4, in a dramatic challenge to Macron and his policies. The protests, named after the high-visibility safety jackets French motorists have to keep in their cars, erupted in November over the squeeze on household budgets caused a proposed increase in fuel taxes. Demonstrations have since swelled into a broad, sometimes violent rebellion against Macron, a challenge made more difficult to handle since the movement has no formal leader. Authorities say the protests have been hijacked by far-right and anarchist elements bent on violence and stirring up social unrest in a direct affront to Macron and the security forces. Despite the government's climb down over the fuel tax, the Yellow Vests continue to demand more concessions, including lower taxes, a higher minimum wage, lower energy costs, better retirement benefits,